This is the unit Kim Jong Un trusts above all others, an elite force that stays within arm's reach, even while he sleeps. And what I'm about to tell you sounds almost too insane to be true. The richer your family is, the less likely you are to get in. And on top of that, being poor isn't enough. You have to look perfect. Your teeth must be flawless, your face spotless, and you can't even breathe loudly in your sleep. And once you're chosen, you don't just enlist, you disappear. For 13 years, your family won't hear a single word from you. They won't even know if you're alive or already dead. This is North Korea's most secretive unit, Unit 974. Now rewind to April 2018. Panmunjom, the DMZ. The entire world was watching one jaw-dropping moment. As Kim Jong Un's Mercedes began to roll, 12 bodyguards in black formed a moving wall, jogging in perfect sync like gears in a machine. This wasn't just diplomatic theater. This was Unit 974, doing what they do best. In North Korea, power comes in two forms: the prestige of a marshal and the terrifying privilege of being a 974 guard. According to public sources and defector accounts, they belong to an elite protection detail known simply as 974. The code traces back to 1974, the year Kim Jong Il was named successor, and a private guard force was created to serve him, and only him. Unit 974 is built for quality over quantity, only 1,000 to 2,000 men at its core. Small in number, but terrifyingly powerful. Can you imagine this? When Kim Jong Un inspects his troops, not even top-ranking military marshals are allowed to carry live ammunition, yet Unit 974 guards keep a round chambered. And if they see anything suspicious, they don't need permission, they can shoot to kill immediately. But the truly shocking part is how they're chosen. You'd think they come from elite families, but it's the exact opposite. Defectors say the regime prefers children of poor farmers, factory workers, and low-ranking soldiers. The logic is brutal. Privileged kids know too much. They grow up entitled, and worst of all, they're more likely to think for themselves. But rural kids can be shaped from scratch into human shields, trained for blind loyalty. But make no mistake, poverty isn't enough. You must be politically pure. Background checks go far beyond 3 generations. They dig through every branch of your family tree. One hint of defection or dissent, even from a distant relative, and you're instantly disqualified. And here's the part nobody expects. They don't just have to be deadly, they have to look flawless. A minimum height of 175 centimeters is just the starting point, rare in a country plagued by food shortages. Their eyesight has to be fighter pilot sharp. And the medical exam goes all the way down to the teeth, perfectly straight, perfectly white. No moles, no birthmarks. They're constantly at the leader's side, and they must be pleasant to look at. Any visible flaw is treated as unacceptable. Even sleeping habits are tested. Snore, grind your teeth, you're out, because they might guard the next room or even share the same quarters. A loud snorer becomes a threat to the leader's rest. In this unit, you're not just a soldier, you're perfectly calibrated equipment. One defector, Kim Jong-un, who escaped in 2016, offered a glimpse inside. He served within the guard system, handling logistics and procurement. He claims out of every 500 candidates, only 3 passed the first screening. But passing is only the beginning. The real nightmare is the next 2 years training designed to turn humans into reflex machines. A normal soldier hears an explosion and dives for cover. These men are conditioned to do the opposite. They run toward the blast or toward the leader, using their bodies as a shield. Reports say training uses live rounds and real explosives. Hesitate for 1 second and you're gone. This isn't training you to survive. It's training you to die in the right place. Combat and shooting focus on one goal: eliminate the threat as fast as possible. They perform thousands of strikes every day until they can shatter stacks of tiles with bare hands. To them, basic target shooting is kindergarten. Unit 974 trains for chaos. They must hit coin-sized targets from a moving vehicle, mid-sprint, or right after a dive roll. Some must shoot with both hands, so even with an injured arm, they can keep fighting. And since Kim Jong Un loves seaside retreats, water survival isn't optional, it's required. But they don't swim for speed, they swim to keep him above water. If the leader falls in, guards dive under him and physically hoist him up, making sure he doesn't swallow a single drop. It sounds absurd, but in a world of absolute paranoia, even a mouthful of water is treated as a threat. And it's not just physical. There's sensory conditioning too. They're said to develop a radar-like sense of smell, able to detect poisons, explosives, and even unfamiliar people nearby. Their awareness has to be extreme, silent when he speaks, instantly moving when he moves. They must be ready to take a bullet without ever blocking the leader's image on camera. They must be as solid as a wall and as invisible as the background. Only after surviving every test are they officially inducted. But here's where the real horror begins. From the day you join, your old life dies. Service reportedly lasts 13 years, usually from age 17 to 30. For those 13 years, you're forbidden to write letters, make calls, or contact family in any way. Some parents only learn their child is alive when he walks through the door more than a decade later. Why? Because in a security system like this, family is a vulnerability. If enemies threaten your loved ones, your loyalty could collapse instantly. So the simplest solution is also the cruelest. Cut every tie and turn you into a man with no weak points. They're also reportedly forbidden from dating, marrying, or having any non-work contact with women. Any emotional attachment is treated as a potential security risk. And if you break the rules, punishment may extend to your parents and grandparents. That collective fear becomes the final chain that locks you in. So why would anyone sign up? Because for the poorest families, this may be the only chance to climb out of the bottom. Put on that black suit, and your entire family jumps to the top of North Korea's social ladder. Their supplies reportedly come through the highest level channels linked to the Second Economic Committee, and even the same pipelines that feed Kim Jong Un himself. While ordinary soldiers struggle just to eat, Unit 974 members reportedly get premium beef and white rice every day, plus imported fruit, wine, and snacks most citizens have never even seen. Top performers might even receive personal gifts from the leader, like a genuine Rolex. And then come the perks for their families. Even though parents can't see their child, they receive special state benefits. Every year, they're given meat, candy, alcohol, and appliances, like TVs and refrigerators. And under that halo, siblings can get special treatment too. Better schools, better jobs, even better military placements. Kim Jin-sung shared a story that shows just how powerful this status can be. His older brother was a tank driver who accidentally ran over and killed a civilian after a parade. In North Korea, that's a serious crime, punishable by prison or even execution. But when investigators learned Kim Jin-sung was in Unit 974, everything changed. His brother didn't just walk free, he was even rewarded over a minor detail. After retirement, Unit 974 members are often placed into powerful government roles, gaining rare resources and elite status. They become highly desirable in marriage, seen as politically untouchable, with a guaranteed future. But they reportedly remain under top-level surveillance for life and can never speak about what they did. One slip of the tongue, one boast, one complaint, and they're labeled loose-lipped. And the punishment isn't a demotion, it's death. That constant fear is one reason some choose to defect, even if it could cost them their lives. They don't want to spend their entire lives trapped under surveillance and terror. In the end, Unit 974 is a transaction. Young men trade their youth, their families, and their freedom for a ticket that upgrades their entire family overnight. To outsiders, they look like glamorous elite soldiers. But in reality, they're precision-engineered tools, trained to die on command. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. See you next time.